eraser, paper, and something preferably behind it so the colors don't bleed through, an inking pen of some kind. I'm using Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens, and something to color with. I'm using Spectrum Noir markers, blue and gray, as well as a Faber-Castell white gold pen for the details. Step 1. Start with a circle for the base. Step 2. Now choose what side the behemoth will face. Menti here will be facing left. Once you've chosen the direction, draw a rectangle at a slight angle, overlapping just a little. You may want to adjust the length of the rectangle depending on if said behemoth will have a longer or shorter snout. As Menti is more of a kind, softer character, she'll have a short, round snout. Step 3. Add a rounded check mark to the end of your rectangle for the nose. Attach it back to the rectangle with a rounded lip. Step 4. Now go to the point where the top of the rectangle overlaps the circle and create a D-like shape. It might be a little more lopsided than a D, but it all depends on the shape of your behemoth's eye socket. Step 5. At the bottom of the circle, start right underneath the eye and make a shape like this. This will be the bottom of the skull. You may also need to adjust the back of the circle. Step 6. Now make a curved line that follows the curvature of the eye. Follow that through with a slightly curved line. Bring it up slightly near the back of the skull. Around here, add a pair of arches. Step 7. For the teeth, there are multiple ways to handle this. First, start a little under the nose and add a tooth like this. Once you've found the placement, add the fang. This tooth will be larger than the others. Now, bring the teeth across in a line till it's under the cheekbone. Bring a line up to the cheekbone. For a closed lower jaw, place teeth beneath the top row. Fix the jaw as needed. You may also need to adjust the top of the snout as well. When designing a behemoth, keep in mind what their personality is like, especially when designing the maw. For example, Menti has small rounded teeth and fat stubby fangs, when in contrast, the strong, confident, and slightly crazy Night Mod has long, sharp, and slender fangs, as well as long lower fangs. His teeth are also spaced out. Step 8. Eyes. For behemoths, most have very similar shaped eye sockets. The distinction comes in the form of eyelights. Eyelights can be any shape and color and can be different from left and right, though most behemoths will have a simple oval eyelight. In the case of Menti, she has rounded diamond shapes for eyelights. Instead of simply keeping the eye the way we drew it before, I'm adding a motion by lowering the eyelid and bringing the bottom up just a little. I'm also adding a simple line for an eyebrow for added emotion. Menti is a bit of a shy, anxiety-ridden mess, so I show this through bags underneath her eye. Now, I add the eyelight and shade around it. This step isn't needed, and I wouldn't recommend it if the behemoth's accents are a different color, but I do this to remind myself where the negative space is. Step 9. Now for the horns. Start with a long oval where the base of the horn will go. Menti's horns are soft, round, and close together. To draw her horns, start with a lump, having it a little bottom heavy. Then make a curved V shape near the top of that lump. Swing around and connect to the bottom. If you're wanting to create your own, a behemoth's horns can be any shape and placement. And, depending on the strength of said behemoth, they may have more than two. The shape will once again depend on their personality. Sharp and large horns will show off a larger personality. The larger said horns are could also signify how powerful or significant said behemoth is. Make sure that the horns make a significant silhouette that suits the behemoth's role in your story or their personality. Step 10. The neck is both simple yet detailed. Start with a slightly tapered tube. Since we're just doing a bust, we can cut the neck off with a V shape, which I'm doing here, but it cut off. Now start with a shape like this. Here we're separating the individual vertebrae. For the most part, most behemoths' necks will look the same. However, you can customize the back spikes. Mentis are round and pointed down. Step 11. Finally is the inking phase. Inking is quite simple, just follow the lines that you want official. In this step, you can also shade with cross hatching. However, in this drawing, I'll be showing you how to shade with color. This means I'll be filling in the eye, bit of nose and mouth with black. If your behemoth has colored accents, for example, Air's eye sockets are red due to his bones being tinted black, then you may want to skip this step. As soon as you've done inking and all the ink is dry, you can start erasing. Step 12. Coloring. When coloring your behemoth in my style, you would first set in your base colors. In Menti's case, she has white bones and her horns are a blue gradient. We'll be adding the gradient later. Due to her bones already being the color we want, we'll skip right to the next step. However, if you want your behemoth to have a different colored bone, then the best thing to do when choosing said color is to choose the lightest version of that color you have. Then build the color when shading. Step 13. When shading, start with your lightest shading color. Most cases, you may want to use a darker version of the base color. However, it does depend on what your behemoth needs. Here, we'll just use gray. Start in the areas that are farthest away and under things that may cast shadows. For example, under the cheek and behind the eye contour. Just follow me. Step 14. Now grab a slightly darker shade and we'll add depth to the darker areas, such as the small gap in here, under the horn, and behind the eye contour. Blend this back into the previous color with the lightest color you used. Then repeat with darker colors for a desired effect. Step 15. When shading above the eyes, start with your lightest shading color and bring it out from the corners. Since I don't have a marker base, I'm just starting with a base for my lightest shading color. Now starting at the corners and bleeding it out, go slightly darker. Blend it together using your lightest color. And if you're doing the same thing that I'm doing with a darker marker base, then use a white marker to add a highlight in the middle. Step 16. For Menti's horns, start with a light blue. Then, starting at the base and dragging it out, grow a shade darker every once in a while, like this. Step 17. Menti has a unique feature where her horns and back of skull has a kind of frost effect. I'll just be showing you the horns. Take your white marker and begin to create snowflake-like shapes. Keep them kind of spread out, but how many and what shapes are up to you. Now, add her name, signet, and any other details that you think are necessary, and you're done. Congrats! You've created a behemoth.